This is The Scoop for Friday.
I'm Lisa Marzilli with the WMNF News headlines. The Mosaic company says polluted water flowed into Tampa Bay from their Riverview plant following Hurricane Milton. WMNF's Chris Young tells us one activist group wants answers and accountability.
Rainfall from Milton overwhelmed the phosphate mining facility in Riverview, and Mosaic representatives say over 17,500 gallons of polluted water may have spilled into the bay. Gil Smart is the executive director of Vote Water.
Here we have a situation where, they'll take care of it after the fact, but it might just happen again, and we really don't know if it will, and we're going to try to make sure it doesn't, but oops, maybe sometimes accidents happen, that sort of thing. There has to be some guarantee that we're not going to see continued spills.
But he says legislators may not create the needed regulations. Vote Water and Stetson College of Law released a report this month tracking corporate funding to politicians. It shows that Mosaic has contributed over $2.5 million to political campaigns since 2018.
Polluting industries are quite generous with their political giving, and that ensures them sort of a friendly audience amongst legislators, and it helps stave off any additional regulation.
Donations were also found from other major polluters in South Florida. Chris Young, WMNF News.
Mosaic did not respond to WMNF's request for comment. A handful of Sarasota County beaches will be reopening this weekend after 2 weeks of closure due to the destruction wrought by Hurricanes Helene and Milton. Among them are Siesta Key, Nokomis Beach, North and South Brohard, and Maxine Barrett Park on Venice Island. Nicole Rissler, director of Sarasota County Parks and Recreation, said significant improvements have been made over the last 10 days to clear sand, adding, "We took some hits, but like our lifeguard stands, we stood right back up and are excited to welcome people back." The reopening means restroom facilities and concession stands will be available to beachgoers, and lifeguards will be back on duty. The Pinellas County Sheriff's Office says over 80 people were arrested for looting and scams involving vulnerable beach residences and businesses in the wake of Hurricanes Helene and Milton. In a news conference yesterday, Pinellas County Sheriff Bob Gualtieri discussed undercover operations targeting crime on the barrier islands. He said of the 45 people arrested by anti-looting patrols, only 2 were from Pinellas County. 41 of them were not U.S. citizens. Charges range from trespassing and vandalism to armed robbery and grand theft. An operation targeting unlicensed contractors saw 58 people arrested. 21 of the suspects were not from Pinellas County. Thursday was International Climate Action Day, and WMNF's Megan Bowman tells us one organization released a roadmap lawmakers can use to address climate change in a way that promotes both the economy and the environment.
With these kinds of win-win policies, we can both cut pollution to ensure that extreme weather doesn't just keep getting worse and worse, but we can also protect our economy.
That's Lena Moffitt, Executive Director of Evergreen Action. She says after Hurricanes Helene and Milton, people in the Tampa Bay area are seeing climate change firsthand.
You can point that out to your kids, to your community, that this is what climate change looks like, and it is taking a toll on our communities.
Moffitt says bills like the Inflation Reduction Act have made real progress in the climate crisis, but there is more work that can be done. And she says one of the biggest ways people can help is to get out and vote.
We can attack problems like climate change and tackle them effectively with good policy, but who's in office determines what kind of policies we're going to get. And your voice and your vote really matter.
Election Day is November 5th. Megan Bowman, WMNF News.
And weather, it's going to be sunny, warm, and dry today with highs in the mid-80s. Lows tonight will be in the mid-60s. The same forecast is on tap right on through the weekend. I'm Lisa Marzilli with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.